Hello everyone and welcome along to the West Coast Ball Connection YouTube channel. We are at the TSBL Under-22 Men's Grand Final. It's the Southern Wolves taking on the Glenorchy Spartans. Ron Riggs, Justin Bryan alongside you here at Warrane. And of course these two teams have met 3 times and it has been Glenorchy 3-0 throughout. Of course in the semi-final they won against Southern Wolves by 30, 89 to 59. Then we track back to round 8, 90 to 78, and then back to the start of the year, round 3, 98, 85. JB, as much as the record shows Glenorchy 3-0, I think grand finals might tell you a different story here tonight.
Yeah, and particularly with the way we saw the Southern Wolves play the other night, they seemed to have somewhat of a lapse there late in that game, but they were dominant on both ends, and it was just that ability to score at will and particularly get inside. I don't know whether they're going to have that sort of ease here in this game. Hello.
As Chris Oldham nearly gets us started, but then good defence by McCarthy there as Connor Smith comes down the floor. So Smith with the ball carrying duties here for Glenorchy. Now Stanwicks into Smith. Now Hills for the corner 3 is good, and we are underway.
We are underway, and there are some interesting developments here, Ronnie. Cooper Hills has got a bit of a knee bandage on. Lewis Crennan out with a broken ankle.
Yes.
So we've got a lot going on here at the moment.
Absolutely we do. Payne with the ball carrying duties here. Now Richards in terms of Oldham. Ball getting moved around side to side here. Now Payne attacks the middle and goes one-on-one with Smith, and then Payne can't get that 2 to go. Isaac Collins with the eye board.
Yeah, nice finish there by Isaac Collins. Just touching on Fraser Payne there. A few comments saying that it was one of the best games people had seen Fraser play on Wednesday night, so a big contributor to this squad.
Absolutely, we were there for it, and you can see it on our West Coast Ball Connection YouTube channel. Meanwhile, Stanwicks pass fake, now it goes to Liam Smith, who's come back from injury, and the ball is a backcourt violation.
Yeah, that one just trickling out of bounds. Our lineups here, Ronnie, looks like we've got, for the offensive Southern Wolves here, we've got Richardson, Payne, Collins, Luke Brown with the jailbird haircut there,
yes,
and Chrissy Oldham as well for the Southern Wolves.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, Richards goes up and gets the 2 to go.
Yeah, massive X factor here. Of course, Smith, Richards and Stanwicks all having played with or against each other the last couple of years, but Richards a massive athletic factor in this one.
So Smith here, we went looking for a backdoor pick there. Now Stanwicks to the corner to McCarthy for 3. Missed everything. And McCarthy able to retrieve that one back. Now ball with Smith from deep. Yes!
Big shot there. And that was Connor Smith, I do believe, Ronnie.
Yes, Connor Smith from downtown, and Glenorchy up by 1. 5-4 Richards for the response. Well, here we go, JB. Here we go.
Yeah, we've opened up really hot-handed here. 5-7 our scoreline, and shots are dropping left, right and centre.
Absolutely. Stanwicks to join in the party, and Stanwicks knocks it down from downtown.
Big shot there by Jack Stanwicks, and he's going to be in absolute danger in a game like this. Confidence breeds confidence. They keep knocking shots like this. Look out.
So Collins, now Oldham here. Now Collins once again posting up, working his way through one-on-one with Smith. Nice little battle here. They want to travel, but referees didn't see it that way. McCarthy quickly up the floor here. Smith, then good deflection there by Brown. Brown off and running. Has numbers in support if he needs it. Goes solo and gets it to go. Luke Brown will go to the line for 1.
Yeah, big basket there by Luke Brown, and he's very, very happy about that result. Nice drive there, nice athleticism. Just touching there, Isaac Collins again with that, you know, as we were known and highlighted to us, Ronnie, with a grade 1 calf issue. Was meant to be a 6 to 8 weeker. He's out there tonight and he's out there with no tape, so they're running hot here. And a nice start to this game, 10-8 our scoreline.
Absolutely. This game should live up to some good expectations here, that is for sure.
Might have to be careful of our sound effects, Mike, getting close to the crowd there, Ronnie.
Oh, yes, we might make an adjustment shortly. Meanwhile, Stanwicks goes up. Can't get that 2 to go. Richards with the board, but then good pressure by Stanwicks and Smith. Now Stanwicks goes up again and gets it to go.
Yeah, Jack Stanwicks getting inside and using his body nicely. Great athletic finish there at the rim.
So Collins working his way through here, now battling down low. Smith and Hills with the double team. Oldham inside, yes.
Yeah, Chrissy Oldham with a nice finish there. And he's worked his way nicely into this side. He's had some more senior training in recent weeks.
So Smith looking to go, drives nicely, can't get the 2 to go, overcooked it. Now Stanwicks for 3, that's off. We have a good look at that one. As Collins with the rebound, and we come down the upper end of the floor.
Might be the most active commentator I've seen, Ronnie. You've gone around the world twice on me so far.
Yeah, no, I'm making some moves here as McCarthy turns it over. McCarthy off and running. Too many blue jerseys, so he has to retreat here. Now Stanwicks Smith, the ball getting moved around nicely as Glenorchy look to run their usual sets here. So McCarthy goes middle and then dishing to Hills, but Richardson able to meet it as well too. Now Brown off, is clear for takeoff and goes for, well, something. An offensive foul has been called on Luke Brown.
Massive meet there. And we just had a warning there. So Beck Rumley, offensive foul there. And that's a big contact there, big sacrifice there by Connor Smith. And that's good signs early to see one of your more senior players amongst this 22 squad getting amongst it. He's quite sore, and even for a footballer, that was a big contest.
Absolutely. Brody Turner into the game for Lachlan McCarthy. As Glenorchy bring it down the floor once again. We just ticked on near 4 minutes here in this first quarter as we come to you from the Lorraine Basketball Stadium. Of course, one of the spiritual homes of basketball here in the state.
Thought that one was going loose.
Smith goes for three, can't get that to go. Brown with the rebound, quickly up the floor here to Richards, working his way down low, and then a foul on the play. I think that's going to be on Liam Smith.
Yeah, that one called on the floor there, and both these sides getting at it early. 10-12 our scoreline here, Ronnie. We're running at a very great pace. We're running at a near century pace early on.
Absolutely. Richards with the fake, then kick out here. Brown for three. Yes.
Yeah, makes that one. He's pretty happy with himself too. Nice shot there. And 15-10 our scoreline. The Wolves just with a 2-possession lead here.
So Smith. Now Stanwick's here. Step back three is good. And Jack Stanwick's with another three in this first quarter.
Jack Stanwick's is on. He's getting inside, he's getting outside, and he's moving well defensively as well.
So Brown for the response. We'll say that's a pass to Isaac Collins for the two.
Yeah, and Isaac Collins is going to be a factor on those boards too, because he is going to be solid on the glass all night. That's something Glenorchy's going to have to counter.
Smith, Stanwick's it down with Sulafari.
Two-handed wham bam jam. Thank you, man. Hands on the rim, gives them a bit of notice, and they are up for the fight here. Glenorchy, big dunk by Stanwicks.
17-15 now. Richards for the three. It is all happening here at the Lorraine Basketball Stadium, JBs. He knocks that down.
The summer months are coming in and things are hotting up early here. 2015. Don't worry about the century, Ronnie. I reckon the line's going to be massive on this game.
Absolutely. Turner wanting to help there, but can't get it to go. Payne up the floor quickly here. It's got Turner to beat, but Payne gets the layup to go.
Yeah, nice athletic finish there by Fraser Payne. Out to 7 now here by the Wolves, and again, they're playing their brand of basketball.
So Stanwicks are slowing this one down. We all might need to slow down a little bit here too. Stanwicks kick out pass to Hills for the three. Can't get that to go.
And I think it wouldn't hurt Glenorchy now to again come back in, get a nice little set going here. The Wolves pace game playing to their favour.
So Richards now trying to go to Collins down low. Hills did a good job defensively there. Smith able to pick up the scraps, off and running. Has Brown to beat, goes up, can't get it to go. Then Richards with the rebound as we quickly come back down the other end. As Richards pulls up from deep and that's short.
Bit of a heat check there, bit of confidence. Outlet pass though.
And Smith here for the, well, he'll get the two to go. He weighted that nicely. Payne just came in and bited on that, and Connor Smith to the line for one.
Yeah, good little stiff arm too, just to create that little bit of brace. Took the contact, went up nicely. Timeout's been taken here by Jai Smith, 22-17, and a bit of a track meet here, Ronnie. I think this will be a welcome breather for both sides.
Absolutely, it will be. So, no, an entertaining start as well too, JB. Some nice shots dropping. We've seen a dunk. You know, both teams getting up the floor. What do you want pretty much in a first quarter of a men's grand final here?
Absolutely, and I mean, this is a little bit of contrast here to our women's game. It was quite an, as we say, it was an atrocious game. It was no more than 5 or 6 points for a majority of the way. Things expanded out eventually in the end. With Hobart running over the top here, but both sides certainly up for the challenge. Glenorchy looking the much more banged up unit of the two, though. Obviously, Cooper Hills with the knee issue. I don't know whether it's Lockie. It's Lewis Crennan in the moon boot with a broken ankle. You've got, I'm just trying to look there. You've got Lockie McCarthy.
Yep.
Who else come on? Who was our substitution
Brody
there?
Turner.
Brody Turner and Ruben Carlson. I know there's another one of those gentlemen has just come off a plane essentially and come straight to the game. So it's been a massive, massive turn of events here. Certainly not the 100% unit. I mean, Liam Smith, as we know, had some ankle concerns. He's got that right ankle heavily favoured there as far as bracing as well. So this is a banged up Glenorchy unit, but they're here and they're up for a fight, and they will not go down without swinging.
And Smith gets the three-point play there, so margin at 4. Some Wolves leading this one as Oldham. Now Richards, backdoor play into Brown.
Yeah, and again, that's just one thing that teams have utilised this year, Ronnie. We noticed it. Just a slight bit of ball watching defensively, allowing that baseline to open up the back door.
So Smith puts it to the floor. Wraparound pass to his brother Liam Smith for 3. Yes.
Yeah, dangerous option there. Liam Smith, a tremendous two-way player. About 6'2.5", 6'3", good athleticism, and can shoot the lights out.
Absolutely. Marching back to 3 here as Payne slows this one down. And just looking for Richards high here at the top of the key. Now Brown once again on the back door, but Stanwick's read that one. Now Smith up and gets the 2 over Richards.
Yeah, nice finish there, but a great defensive read by Jack Stanwick's there. Scouted that back door was coming again, ran the same play, good result. Solid transition there by the Spartans.
So ball getting moved through sets of hands here. Collins into Oldham. Oldham getting out of real estate. Party trick galore goes for Chris Oldham. Yeah. Where did that come from?
Chrissy Oldham, plenty of size about the young fella too. Looks like he's put on a couple of kilos towards the shoulders.
Smith for the response, in and out on that one. Collins with the rebound as we come back down the floor.
Yeah, not looking properly on that calf either, Collins, which is a good sign for him.
So Collins working his way through here, goes exploring. And
there's another good defensive read. Another good defensive read.
Good work by Glenorchy. Now the ball scrapped. And those are just coach killers right there, JB.
Yeah, the idea was certainly there from Stanwicks. I think he probably got caught up on that one as well.
So Stanwicks now goes for another 3. He tried to draw a foul. I don't think the referees are going to bail him out on that one.
Yeah, I thought there was probably a bit of contact there, Ronnie. I don't know the defender was 100% the cylinder.
So Brown. Now Richards here. Now Brown has an open 3 and takes advantage of it.
And one thing we've seen with both sides here, Ronnie, the shooting has been clean. There haven't been many rattlers. There hasn't been much glass. It's been nothing but net. Lead is out to 8 now for the Wolves, 31-23.
31 points by the Southern Wolves. I reckon we'll need to get the record books out and find out what has been the highest scoring quarter this season in the 22s competition. Brody Turner for 3. Can't get that to go.
Good footwork by Turner to square up, but I think he was just a little too proppy there on the toes.
So Payne bringing it up the floor here. We'll mention another big out too for Glenorchy at the quarter-time break as well. Here's Richards.
Yeah, Phoenix Roby not in this squad. Massive out.
From deep, yes.
Everything is falling even the Southern Wolves. They got 34 first quarter points. They're up by 11, and there doesn't seem to be a heat check in sight.
This has been some shooting display by the Southern Wolves in this first quarter. Lead 11 here as they are lining up the Lorraine Basketball Stadium. Smith for the response. Couldn't get it to go. Hills with the O board.
Brother Connor with a nice tap there.
Now Stanwicks puts it to the floor. Try to go to Smith. Now Richards able to deflect that one off and running. Has Collins in support. Goes to Euro step and off glass. Gets it to go.
Probably wanted an M1 there. 36 points on the board. Transition here by Glenorchy though. They can't afford to give up the big 4-0 early.
So Turner slowing this one down. Now Smith. Stanwicks thinks about it. Now Turner goes for it. Goes up, rejected by Collins and Oldham. Now Collins with it as we come back down the floor here. Payne has Brown in support, utilises him and gets it to go. Luke Brown will go to the line for 1. Foul will be assessed on Brody Turner.
I don't think anything could go much more right here for the Southern Wolves right now. They're going to line to potentially have 39 on the board in the first quarter, and that's not even to say the Spartans are playing bad, Ronnie. It's just the amount of big shooting and good shots that are just coming from Glenorchy right now. They are an absolute unit on fire here, the Wolves.
Brown completes the 3-point play. I think we've got ourselves a quarter scoring record.
We're about to anyway.
Payne nearly wanted to add on to it, and then foul on the play here.
Yeah, believe there was a bit of contact there.
It's going to be on Connor Smith.
As he just chips the ball over the top.
Yes.
So need to be careful here. They're looking for 4-0. The question just being asked, and I know that Fraser Payne personally asked the question there. We're just going to have a question there. Now,
I reckon they're questioning if it should be an unsportsmanlike foul because it wasn't a clear path. So, no, nothing there.
No, I think that was more of a clean play on the ball, and both players reasonably drawing the contact amongst themselves.
So, final play you would think here of the first quarter. Shot clock should technically be out here, but anyway, Brown with it. And just a high set here. Looks like Brownus decides to go for it, and why not, he says. Collins can't reel that one in. 4.9 remaining here to end us out before term number one.
I just think they probably could have run something a bit more solid here. Get a bit of confidence with some good team play to end your quarter.
So Stanwicks for a chance to get a score here on the quarter time buzzer. Not there. But an entertaining first quarter sees the Southern Wolves probably claim a record in the under-22 competition, putting up the most points in a quarter. They lead it by 16, 39-23.
Yeah, if it's certainly not a quarter record, it's certainly a first quarter record, Ronnie. Couldn't do any wrong, and I mean, I can't really fault both sides. I mean, when players are just hitting shots left, right and centre, what do? It's as simple as that. It's hot shooting, getting to the rim, finishing with contact, making the extra plays. And, you know, credit to Glenorchy. They've had some wonderful defensive stops there, some good defensive reads. They've had the big dunk as well. They've had the big shots. You know, they are clearly banged up down there. There's no doubt about that. No Phoenix Roby probably hurts them a little bit defensively as well. But at the end of the day, the Southern Wolves are just on fire.
Absolutely. And we mentioned about Phoenix Roby. Phoenix obviously is in Brisbane. Of course, he sat an exam today. As well too. We hope he's done very well, by the way, but that's a big out for Glenorchy. And then Phoenix had, I think, 30 points in the semi-final in what was a big win in the end for Glenorchy last week.
Absolutely. Massive out some 10 days ago. Phoenix obviously up in Brisbane, and I do believe it's university related as to why he's out at the moment. Bit of noise downstairs and a few congregating at the door, so that would probably be what that is. Second quarter's about to get underway, and you know, I don't think there's too many adjustments the Spartans need to make at the moment. I think, they need to trust their structure, and it clearly works. There's no doubt about that. As we just give you a bit of slack there, Ronnie. But yeah, it's evident that things are working here for both sides. It's just a matter of trusting that structure with the Spartans, and can the Wolves ride the hot hand?
Let's see what happens here in this second quarter. Smith with it now as he works his way through, heavily guarded by Payne, and Payne just went one too many at the well. And draws the foul.
And I know one thing during this season, Ronnie, that it was a big defensive tactic there of Fraser Payne, and he was lucky he got away with it. A lot of off-ball holding and niggling of the offensive player.
Stanwicks on the handoff here. Step back two is short. Brown with the rebound as we'll come back down the floor here.
Wolves will just need to be careful of that landing space there for Stanwicks. The last thing they want to do is get under him.
So Payne with it. As he works his way through to Richards. Now Oldham at the corner, decides to fire, and short on that one. Stanwicks with the rebound as we're quickly up the floor here. Turner. Now Smith cutting through. Stanwicks at the 45 for three is short. Good rebound by McCarthy, and gets the two.
We saw Lockie McCarthy. He's had a nice 22 season. He had a tremendous state league as well, contributing off the bench and almost being a leader of that second unit. He's a promising young star.
So Payne. Here's Collins. Now Payne decides to fire for three. And, well, the bank nearly open. Brown draws the foul and goes to the line for two.
Yeah, so there's a bit of a heat check there too for the Southern Wolves. But again, second chance opportunities, drawing the contact and going to the line. Same thing, bit of confidence. Okay, we've missed a few opening shots. We've had some nice high, fast transition. Let's see the ball through the net. Let's get that confidence back. There's no reason they can't be rocking 55, 60 points at halftime.
So Brown at the line here for two, and as you mentioned, JB, the haircut style Brownie there is, I don't know if he's taking a play out of my book or someone else's.
Not as much salt and pepper with Brownie, Ronnie.
Yeah, that's very true, JB. Thank you very much. Meanwhile, Stanwicks here as we now get through Glenorchy's offensive set. So Smith at the elbow. Just patient here, looking for a curl cut. There it is from Stanwicks, a nice floater by Jack Stanwicks. And
again, a good read, good little bit of structure here. And again, the Spartans are only down 11, even though the Wolves have hit everything. So if they can keep getting a stop and glue some puzzle pieces together, they might be right.
So Collins, looking at options, Richard slips in and shoot a foul. That's either going to be on Stanwicks or Smith.
I think they're going with
Stanwicks.
Yeah, Stanwicks there. He's in the 4-0, not his traditional number.
I was going to say, nearly each different week we've seen Jack, it's a different jersey number.
Nothing wrong with that.
So Connor Westwood just saying, got him under the elbow is the explanation. As he's talking with Connor Smith. Connor Smith not really neither agreeing or disagreeing there.
It's a first for Connor.
Yes, and Richards knocks it down. So back to 13 we are, 41-28. Only 90 seconds into this second quarter here as we come to you through by the West Coast Sport Connection YouTube channel. Hope you are enjoying the coverage. Smith works his way through. Now kicks it out there to Turner for 3, just long on that one. And tough battle between Payne and Smith. Payne saying he was held to, but referees didn't see it that way.
Yeah, and I think too, the big thing, as I mentioned there, Fraser Payne loves being physical off ball. And sometimes if you're going to serve it up, it's going to be dished back to you as well. So Fraser will just need to work through that one. It's a learning experience.
Absolutely. So Payne, because we spoke to his dad after the game last week, and very happy dad, of course. And then Payne here on cue for us has got it. Finds an open lane, and then trying to go to Jacoby Bone. Couldn't get that one. Now McCarthy up the floor, goes up and drew the foul. And Lockie McCarthy will go to the line for 2.
And another good read on the defensive end by Stanwicks there. He's played that baseline sensationally at the moment. We're going to get a mop down the other end as Mike Corona with the shoes big enough to stomp out fires tries to deal with that one. But again, it's just those baseline reads, and it's probably been the effective thing at the moment for Glenorchy is that they've just been able to get on that baseline, defensively, that is, the Wolves are wanting to attack it. They're wanting to get the most out of it, but they're reading that baseline really, really nicely. They're getting a hand in the passing lane. They're covering back enough so, okay, if they sneak around in front, the help's there. If they go too far, they're ineffective. They're right on the baseline. So, again, I think things are really holding up here for the Spartans, but again, you've just got to counteract that hot hand of the Wolves.
So McCarthy knocks down the first.
Nearly 9 o'clock, Ronnie. We're running overtime.
Yeah, we are. We certainly are. Missed a second there. Rebound by Richards, and Payne to bring this one down for us. Might
have been a bit quicker if the bloke down on that MC. Bloody oath he can talk.
Yes, I think he needs to be spoken to at some stage. Smith. Now Stanwicks. Thank you, JB.
Always a joy.
Stanwicks off glass gets the 2 to go. A bit high arcing there, JB.
Very high arcing. Going to have to wind the window down to clean that one.
Absolutely. So Collins. Now Bone.
Yeah, Jacoby Bone in for his first minutes.
Now Brown here once again. Brown working his way through.
Good defence by Smith.
Now Richards from the elbow, just long back on. Now Smith for the rebound, and then foul on the play here, and it's going to be on Luke Brown. Luke Brown saying that Connor Smith initiated contact, but I think more Luke Brown kind of jumped into that.
Yeah, they're both physical combatants as Jackson Collins comes in and Jacoby Bone heads out. And that's a nice little matchup. I don't mind that. Liam can be very antagonistic defensively, but he is very trustworthy running the point.
Absolutely he can. So meanwhile, ball getting moved around, sets of hands as McCarthy kicks that one out to Hills.
Knee bandage on there for Cooper Hills.
Yes. Smith looks middle, goes up. Beautiful drive by Colin Smith.
Good bit of athleticism
get that 2
there.
to go. Now Collins down the floor here. Now to his brother Jackson. So the Collins brothers combine and get the 3 to go.
That's ridiculously deep. Jackson Collins was standing right under the archway here at the basketball stadium. He's nailed that one.
So backdoor play to Stanwicks is good.
Just you don't understand the size and athleticism of Stanwicks there. He's skied nicely. Had a really sensational off-season last year and still managed to maintain that throughout season 2021.
Meanwhile, a bit of furniture moving up here at the bar area.
In a good way, mind you.
In a very good way. Richards now into Collins for the 2.
Yes, no, usually furniture flying around is not necessarily the greatest compliment, but
yes.
It's just a bit of rearrangement of the seating. But 46-33, so Glenorchy have managed to stem this run. They've just got to now chip into this lead.
So Stanwicks for 3, just off. Now Collins with the rebound as we going down to the swisher end of the floor. I'll call it as we got a shot lab down this end. Collins for 3, can't get that to go.
Yeah, nice rebound there by Cooper Hills. And again, Glenorchy, I think they just need to keep pushing through sets. They need to get through this full 24. Just get a few easier and open looks. The looks they want, not the looks they're given.
So ball getting moved around. Stanwicks, so Glenorchy a little stagnant here as Liam Smith goes for 3. Can't get it to go. McCarthy O-board.
Bit of utilisation here. Second chance opportunity is going to be key in this one.
Hills. Here's Smith at the corner this time. Yes.
Yeah, nothing but net there by Liam Smith. And again, the big key here for the Spartans, they are only down 10, but a lot of this crew is their senior team, so they are well gelled. They know how to fight through games like this.
Absolutely. Ball getting moved around here. I've just noticed a couple of the senior Wolves players here as well too. We'll touch on that in a stoppage.
Oh, Jackson
Collins with a spin move, cycle.
Yeah, I know you're talking about there the great Tommy Etchell in the stands as well as the legend himself, Terry Masunda.
Absolutely. We'll touch on them very shortly too. As McCarthy goes baseline, good pass in there. Hills can't get it to go. Good defence by Collins.
Here's where the transition of the Wolves can help. They'll hit the 5-0 early on We're about halfway through this second quarter. That's another big confidence boost.
Absolutely.
A big KPI.
So Richards, now Collins decides to fire and can't get that to go. Ball quickly up the floor here. McCarthy decides his luck.
Oh.
Can't get that to go either.
Bit of a heat check there, but again, you know, you come down to 4-on-1, you don't have rebounders. Not necessarily the smartest shot. I can understand in the moment, though.
So Payne is slowing this one down. Get a quick high kind of horn set here. Richards inside. Kick out to Jacoby Bone for 3. Yes.
Bottom of that, and there's another shot there. So there's the half century, the 51 up here for the Southern Wolves, fouled by Jackson Collins. Just reaching in on that one, didn't agree. Chris Oldham's going to come in.
Yes, just gambled on that one a little bit too much. Oldham in for Fraser Payne.
And Fraser's been trying to dictate that one well.
Some of it. As McCarthy restarts here, just on 3:57 remaining in this second quarter. Stanwicks on the middle cut.
Oh, nice
pass
vision.
Into Hills. Hills needs to kick that one out to McCarthy for 3, who's short on that one.
I think Lockie just needs to go away from the shot for a little bit, get into a bit of movement and facilitation, get others involved.
Now Bone, he's Oldham at the corner for 3 this time. Yeah, that missed everything.
Yeah, it was nothing but net, and not the cleanest slide either.
No, certainly not. Ball goes out of play. Some Wolves to get it back here.
Another solid crowd in once again
Yeah.
here. It is a Saturday night, and a lot of people have filed out for the birthday parties that are underway here.
Absolutely, and did get an update from somebody else too. We'll get to that. Meanwhile, Oldham from downtown.
Yeah, very happy on his own there. 54-36, this one nearly out to 20.
Hills, now Smith. Ball goes out of play, or no, foot violation actually, so Glenorchy to get it back.
So 54-36, and I know we talk about it, Ronnie, but the last thing you can certainly sense for the Spartans is they don't want to be working small goals, as Smith takes a long one there. That one falls, but for the Spartans, they now, again, they need to get a stop. The last thing they want to be doing is working small goals into their game so early into a grand final.
So Collins, now to his brother Isaac. Oldham, again, just a little bit stagnant from both teams here, so they slow it down.
Oh, nice looping pass.
And Collins will get it to go. He draws the foul on Stanwicks.
Let's just have a look at the paddle here. I think that'll be Stanwicks' second or third. Let's have a look. That's his second by Kim.
Yep. And Luke Brown is going to come in for Jacoby Bone.
Yeah, nice minutes there by Jacoby. Managed to put up a few shots.
And Isaac Collins back at the charity stripe here for 1.
56 points, Ronnie. I don't care what version of the game you play. That's a massive first half.
Absolutely. I think, some Wolves just making some records here that we'll certainly be talking about for a little while. That is for sure. Now Stanwicks. He's
doubled
Smith
already.
For another 3. And a foul off ball here. That's going to be on Chris Oldham.
Yeah, Chris Oldham just with a bit of physicality. And again, that man, Connor Smith amongst the antagonistic. And Jack Stanwicks just wanting to take this one over. And a bit of a counteract to that double too. They're throwing them. And that will be two shots.
Yes, defensive foul. So
a defensive foul, but yeah, I've just noticed the Southern Wolves going early on that double team to Stanwicks.
Yeah.
So, you know, just a nice little read by Stanwicks too. Let's get it, you know, try and avoid the double. If they're going to double me on an inbound, easy way to fix.
Yes, as Connor Smith gets the first.
Of course, I always had a principle, Ronnie, that you just never double team on the inbound. You generally look to double team on the, as Richards loses that one, you'd primarily want to double team on your primary receiver of that inbound. Force the second and third option to be taken. So, yeah, interesting ploy here to see how the Wolves respond.
So Hills, now Smith with it as we got 2.5 here before the major break. Stanwicks, nice move and gets the 2.
Yeah, rolled nicely off the hip there of, I do believe it was Brown as well. So good response. Back to 15 here, Wolves with the lead.
So Brown, yeah, here's Richards. Oldham. Jai Smith standing up for once. That's a rarity from Jai. Now Smith.
Skip pass.
Jackson Collins from deep. Yes.
And while the shots went cold for a little bit here in this quarter for the Wolves, they've got 60 on the board once again. They're only four baskets off, potentially doubling that first quarter score as Stanwicks has checked out of bounds.
This is unheard of, really, wouldn't you think, JB? Well, especially in a final.
Well, not only that, but I mean the way they tailed off, as again Stanwicks is going to go to the line, but the way they tailed off to start that second quarter, I just didn't think it was going to be a you know, a smart thing for the Wolves to try and, you know, pick that back up. I thought, oh yeah, nice hot run. You'll see him fan out a little bit. Well, they've managed to get a nice solid response there on fanning out as well. So we will see as Stanwicks makes the second. Again, it's 16 points. There could be a lot more. Again, I don't actually think it's come down to any fault of the Spartans at the moment. It's just red-hot shooting.
It certainly has been. And I'd love to see the shooting percentages if we had stats.
Not again.
Oldham can't. Brown for the tip. Second time is good. And there was a foul involved as well too. So Luke Brown will go back to the line for one.
Yeah, there's a check on the hip there. I thought that was going to be.
And a technical foul will be assessed on Liam Smith, as Liam Smith decided to give some advice to Beck Rumley. And Beck Rumley has no choice but to give a technical foul there.
Yeah, it's an easy call to make. And the question's still being asked there, so I'll just keep an eye on this one here. But no, after that, there's not much more to be said. Again, that's just they know where their limit is. Brown will go to the line for the technical. But again, this game threatening to blow out a little bit here. So Brown makes the first. Now he'll get another one for the technical. It'll be 20 points.
So the technical went first. Now this is the one for the M1 play, JB?
Of course.
Yes.
I believe that's what I actually said.
Thank you. We might review tape.
To be fair, Ronnie, I can see why you'd be wanting to correct me at this usual time slot on a Saturday.
Of course, yes. Me that as it may. Stanwicks goes baseline here, needs to kick it out. Smith, now Stanwicks at the corner for three. Is good for Jack Stanwicks.
Nice shot there, a good two-man game played between Liam and Jack. They are one of the most lethal tandems, both ends of the floor, that we have anywhere in the state.
So Brown exploring, kicks it out here to Oldham. Oldham goes up and off glass, gets it to go.
Another circus shot by Chrissy Oldham, but the transition here by the Spartans, getting out and running.
So Stanwicks for the response. Tad flat.
Yeah, Connor Smith got away with a bit of contact there. He managed to get Jacob Richards nicely under that one.
So Brown up the floor here once again. Now Oldham.
Goes baseline.
He does, and can't get that party trick shot to go.
Yeah, nice bit of athleticism there by Chris Oldham, but this one now still out at 17. 45 seconds to go. Can the Spartans respond?
So Smith here. Now to his brother Liam. Smith thinking about it. Corner three here for Hills is good.
And that's a nice little spot there for the Spartans. Back-to-back baskets. They drag this one back to 14. If they can just get a stop here, get it to 12 or 11 at half-time, they're very much back in this ball game and certainly quelled the momentum of the Wolves.
So Wolves slowing this one down. Richards with it. So shot clock at 10 though, so Richards will need to get busy here at some point.
Not necessarily liking this early.
So Richards, half shot off glass is good.
And I think that was the option Brown probably wanted late in that first quarter. Take it to the rim or get a better look.
Smith for three, yes.
Oh, the hot hand of the Spartans. Collins are going to have to throw a prayer. Does. And I was worried about where we've got our trophies positioned down on the alleyway there. Yeah. But that was a really nice flurry and a good finish there from the Spartans. Drag this one back to 13. And we've got a game in our hands, Ronnie.
We certainly do, JB. It's been an entertaining game as far as both ends of the floor have been concerned. Some good shooting displays.
Good catch, Christine.
And yes, Christine. And for once, we finally see the boy here. He has not been at a basketball stadium all year. He's finally here. I'd love to know how his cricket's going, by the way, too. Is he still playing cricket? Yes? You what? Oh, chest. Yeah, sorry. I thought cricket there for a second.
They could probably still get a game for England the way they played today.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Half-time, Ronnie.
Yes, half-time here, JP. What do we make of that first half? You know, like, geez Louise. I've never seen a 67-54 and under 22 game all season here, let alone
at half-time.
At half-time.
I'd like to know, Gareth's just across from us. How many threes do you think were in that quarter? Just at least. Yeah. Just in that quarter, let alone, you know, let alone the half. The Southern Wolves have just got a really hot hand. The Spartans responded nicely. You know, I don't think we're going to...
The way, he got a point.
The way the game's evolving.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. The Spartans with a nice 9-0 run there. And again, I think we just, you know, probably just with the margin and the way the shooting's been, we wouldn't have, you know, you don't necessarily, you know, look at that. Did someone unmute the telly? Am I hearing myself? No, I thought I'm definitely only hearing myself.
Yeah, I think you're hearing yourself, JB.
That's all well and good. It's with the headphones. But massive 9-0 run there by the Spartans to end that one. Southern Wolves essentially still, though, doubled their first quarter score, and I think that's a credit there to the Spartans. You know, they really won that quarter.
Yeah.
When you look at it, they've won that quarter. They've shot the lights out. They've played really well. They've had some nice defensive stops there. You know, and I think they're having a little bit of... They're playing enough physical game to just, you know, niggle the opposition and get them frustrated. They want to get Richo off their game. You know, they want to get Luke Brown off their game. They want to expose, you know, not expose Fraser, but know that he doesn't mind playing a bit physical. Let's give it back to him and see how he reacts. Chrissy Oldham, a couple of circus shots there, but again, you know, a guy that can be antagonised and certainly thrown off his game. As you see, Jack Stanwick's down there working the whiteboard a little bit there as well, having a look over there. But Liam Smith hitting some nice shots. Jack Stanwick's hitting some nice shots. Connor Smith, I mean, they're the three we talk about all the time, but Cooper Hills hitting some nice shots as well. 51, Ronnie, there again. I'm just trying to get the name on that.
Brodie Turner.
Brodie Turner, so he's had a couple of nice plays as well. Lockie McCarthy, you know, while not necessarily always hitting the shots, he's playing with some confidence as well. But the Southern Wolves, I mean, they've got a hot hand. It doesn't, you'd know as a coach, you can play the best defence in the world. If they hit a shot, it's null and void. So, you know, again, I think the Spartans really did win that quarter. The scoreboard doesn't necessarily show a great, you know, indentation, but again, you've just watched a side put 34 and 33 points back-to-back quarters, and for the Wolves, they went cold there for a little bit. You know, they weren't hitting the shots that they had been hitting. So I think for the Spartans, this is really showing just how much they've clicked in that second quarter as well. Starting lineups looks to be for both sides starting this one here, so it's going to be Oldham, Richards, Brown, Payne and Collins versus Stanwicks, the brothers Smith. Cooper Hills and Lockie McCarthy to start us in the second half here, Ronnie.
Correct. Done well, JB. Good work.
Helps with the team sheet. And the fact that we know them.
Yes, that and good memory. Payne from downtown to start us off in the third quarter.
Unbelievable. This game has just been an absolute shootout. So it's back to 16 already. 70-54, and we've started the third term.
Smith, nice fake. Pull-up jumper is good for Liam Smith.
And a nice response there, Liam Smith. Gets the defender in the air, takes the mid-range, and anyone that can shoot from outside should be able to hit that mid-range game. Back to 13.
Payne with a play call here, just moving his troops around. Now goes to Richards there at the elbow. A few cut screen made. Now Oldham works his way through. Can't get the two to go. Stanwicks with the rebound and is off and running. Just slows this one down a little bit. Smith. Now to McCarthy. Looks good. He's short on that one.
Wee bit short, a wee bit wide, but the confidence is still there for Lockie. I'm certainly not against him.
So Richards, Oldham, Brown. Getting a good ball movement here. Payne decides to go once again, and that was high off the glass, and Brown able to get the put back there with the two. Yeah,
little baby put back there as that one's gone out of bounds.
A turnover there. Everything happening just below us here, JB.
Yeah, just a bit of a slight coach killer get that one going out of bounds. Substitution here for the Spartans, Ronnie.
Brodie Turner coming in for Lockie McCarthy.
It is Brodie Turner going in. Alinta Brown's walking across with the towel.
The towel, as there's a bit of a wet spot, so we'll get that attended to.
Yeah, she's wiping it. She's not throwing it in. 56-72, back to 16.
Yes, and no.
Still got 8.5 left in the third, but this game is flying along, Ronnie, in comparison to the pace of the women's.
Absolutely. I think this has gone more quicker, as you mentioned, JB. That is for sure. Meanwhile, Richards here. Now Oldham, who's had quite an effect on this game.
And this is why.
And just can't get that two to go. Gets his own board. And then Brown tried to fly through the stands like his brother did in the AFL. Meanwhile, Stanwicks gets the two.
Yeah, nice drive there by Stanwicks. Again, back to 14. So it's now a matter of let's get a stop, let's get a basket. Let's force the Wolves to burn a timeout and reassess.
So Payne nearly lost it, but able to regain. Now Collins inside to Brown. Brown goes trying to go to Richards, but well read. Now foul on the play here, and there's a push, and it's going to be assessed on Connor Smith. Yeah,
Connor Smith. I hadn't really seen that one. I was probably a bit of ball watching there. Watch the deflection by Smith. And I just wonder, Ronnie, in that sort of situation, ball's out of bounds, Wolves maintain it. Do you think that maybe that's just one you let go, knowing that the Wolves have already got possession of the basketball?
I think you do. You know, you just reset and re-go again.
Didn't change the shot clock.
So Richards from deep can't get that. Collins with the tip.
So normally it's, and there you go, you can just see Connor frustrated there. It's been that hot hand that's killed them, but early on now for the Wolves as this third quarter flies on, it's second chance points that are getting it done.
So Turner puts it to the floor.
Wanted a cutter, I think.
Step back two is just long there for Brody Turner. Now Richards with it as we come back up the floor. Oldham, nice hands by Smith. Now, both whistles gone there, and both referees have the same call. It's going to be on Chris Oldham.
Yeah, hold on, Chris Oldham diving for the loose ball.
Yeah. Yeah, he swiped across the body,
yeah,
and that's where the foul occurred.
Yeah, he was grabbing at the arms a little bit as well. We just checked the wet spot down there. So 74-58. Of course, we said the ton wasn't going to be an issue, Ronnie, and my God, at this point it's not.
No, certainly not. We are certainly on track here. In what has been an entertaining game at both ends of the floor here as Smith, now Stanwick's off the curl, and then back around pass, wrap-around pass, didn't work on that occasion.
Yeah,
so
they defended the baseline nicely there, the Wolves, and they're out running.
And so Oldham, alley-oop play to, well, I won't call it alley-oop play, I'll just more call it a layup for Luke Brown.
He was definitely in the air when he caught the ball. I just think he wanted more of a lob than a bit of a just up and under.
So Smith.
Okay, to 18 points now, though, for the Wolves. They lead this 76-58.
Now Payne with it here off a Glenorchy turnover. So turnovers are mounting here for the Spartans. Payne, kick-out pass to Oldham. And travel called as he shuffled the feet.
Yeah, shuffled the feet. Wasn't a big fan of it. Easy call to make. And you can just hear Charlotte Collins saying to take their time.
Yeah. I mean, when you're up 18 at the moment, you don't need to rush as much.
Yeah, it's not necessarily about changing your game plan either, but it's just understanding, you know, okay, burn the momentum and utilise the energy you've got from that accordingly.
So ball now with Smith. Nice fake. And now goes up over Payne and Collins, but too much heat on the shot.
And you can just see Richo just understanding the game pace here. Let's slow it down. Let's get into a set. Got a potential to be up 20, 21 points here. Let's utilise it.
So Richards. Now Collins here. And again, nice little set here by the Wolves as they try and run for a few back picks. Collins for three. Just long. Rebound there by Smith.
Yeah, created the space nicely too on the rebound.
Hills now slows this one down. Now Stanwick spot rejected by Brown there. Good work by Luke Brown. Luke Brown cleared for takeoff!
Two-handed wham bam jam. Thank you, ma'am. Fast break basket brought to you by Luke Brown.
So Smith with a fake goes baseline, wrap round pass to Smith. Now Payne with it here.
That makes it 20
up
points.
Up the floor. Brown for back-to-back baskets. Can't get that to go.
Yeah, nah, just too hard on the backboard there. You could see it forced the issue. Stanwick's
from deep. In and out on that one. Smith with the rebound.
And both sides now, we've had a bit of a run. Let's just slow down. Let's get into a set.
So Smith drives, 2 feet in the paint, kicks it out. Hills for three. Just off on that one. Collins with the rebound as we come back down the floor here.
Isaac Collins always, you know, stoic on the boards too. He's always going to be there. Uses that height and size effectively.
So a bit of a now slowing down here a bit. Good change up here by the Wolves. Now Richards inside to Collins. Then Smith able to try on that one. Couldn't now. And the two went for Collins in the end anyway. Timeout being called here by Glenorchy. And the margin out to 22.
Yeah, just out to 22, and a couple of easy transition baskets making the difference here for the Wolves. You know, there's certainly still that ability there for the Spartans. You know, they've hit a couple of nice shots. They've played some good D. But it's just that leaky transition they've had a couple of times here that's certainly helped them get out to this 22-point lead. I mean, we talked about the size of the margin, what it could have been, Ronnie, versus what it is, and all of a sudden you just get those couple of baskets. And they've changed their game style up. They're not worrying about their inside, you know, they're worried about hitting the outside shot. They're not worried about trying to just bomb from deep and, you know, really stretch the floor at the moment. They're capitalising on second chance opportunities, and ultimately those fast break points and attacking the rim, that's got them the lead by 22. You believe these kids with mullets who still need permission slips to go out after dark and trying to mimic us?
I swear I need security barriers around here. We've had everyone and anyone.
Christine, you saw these couple of no-name bozos out. Gareth, please. Man in the polo shirt quietly sitting there doing nothing. Then there's Gareth. Talking about you, Ronnie.
Oh, thank you very much. Yes, no worries at all.
The 22 points is at 22 points the margin. You know, again, it's not wearing the sores, and I can see Cooper Hills is down there. That knee's sore, and he's got a serious grimace on that face. So they are running 5. It's McCarthy, it's the Smith brothers, our friend at number 51. I've done it
Brody
again,
Turner.
Brody Turner. So let's see how they can persevere here, the Spartans.
Smith puts it to the floor and drew the foul on Richards, and that occurred on the floor. So Glenorchy to get it back on the baseline here. Glenorchy down by 22. It's a rare position for Glenorchy to be in because they've been such a successful core-winning group. It's been I've been pretty shocked to see this
Well, I also
so far.
don't think the Southern Wolves have played better basketball all year.
True.
Which is also a big factor in that. They've got 80 points with 4:40 remaining here in the third term.
It is something ridiculous, that is for sure, but you've got to give credit where credit's due at the moment. So Payne, now Brown on the pop here off the screen, inside the Collins. Nice weighted play, and a good defence by McCarthy, Turner and Smith all at the same time, as Stanwick's coming down the floor here now, looking at his options. Get the on-ball screen from Turner, now a few spin moves. As Smith goes back to Turner and then bobbled that one, and ball goes out of play.
And this is going to be a key 4-10 for the Spartans. Stop basket, stop basket, stop basket. You know, they need to build on a little bit of run here again. They've got to force the Wolves into a timeout. They've got to force them to reassess. Let's see whether they can go about it.
So 4 minutes remaining here in this third quarter, as Brown puts it up, not the dump pass into Collins, does work initially, and then McCarthy tips that one away. Payne able to scoop that one up.
Offensive boards here again for the Wolves. Can they get second chances?
Payne on the cut, and then Smith, and then foul on the play. That's going to be on Liam Smith for a block.
And he just needs to be careful here, Liam. He's already got one technical. He just needs to ask the question in the right manner. Now, what paddle are we going to pick up there? Was that paddle number 3? It was.
Yes, was.
So that's 3.
So Payne to restart. Now Collins, cross court to Oldham. Oldham into Richards. Interesting pocket pass, but it worked effectively. And Oldham gets the two to go.
So again, they're attacking the rim and getting second chance opportunities here in the third term. They've totally changed what was working the first half, and it's still effective.
So Stanwick splits for a couple and gets a layup to go.
So a nice little finish there by Jack. It's back to 22, and they've stemmed the flow of the Wolves here. The bleeding isn't as bad. The Wolves are slowed down to a different pace. They're certainly not running at that 33 average they've been going at first half.
So Brown putting on some moves here. Who would have thought? Goes up with a skyhook and drew a foul on Turner. Turner can't believe it, but the foul's been called nonetheless.
Yeah, Brody Turner not a fan of that particular decision.
Jai Smith with hands on head at the moment as well too.
Yeah, I think he might be asking the question too. I don't believe he agreed.
So 2 shots here for Luke Brown.
He's just telling Brody to calm down.
So Brown knocks down the first.
So again, I think another positive here too for the Spartans. I do have to give them credit. They have forced the Wolves to adapt. You know, they're not allowing that easy open shot. They're, you know, making sure that, you know, if you want your baskets, you have to get inside. Unfortunately, though, they're also giving up second chance points on that one.
So Stanwick finds an opening, goes up, drew the foul on Brown, and a nice little quick move there by Jack Stanwick.
Yeah, and he's got that ability to really, you know, put his presence on this game as well. Quick, athletic, plenty of length, able to finish at the rim. Has played great defensively on the baseline. Substitution there as Jackson Collins comes in. Luke Brown heads out. 84-60 our scoreline. Crucial free throws. Shut up, Justin.
Jai Smith just working Connor Westwood over. Meanwhile, the commentator's curse continues around the building.
It's got nothing on Steve Smith earlier this week.
Yeah, very true. As Stanwick goes 1 of 2 there.
At least the second greatest batsman potentially ever wasn't tossed out of a test match because I said something stupid.
Very true, that. Payne, nice drive by Fraser Payne, and gets it to go.
Yeah, met at the rim too, but managed to just get that finish. Again, it's out to 25 now, 86 on the scoreboard. And unless they put 13 on the board, they're going to be below average, but still controlling.
Stanwick with a nice spin move, step through, and drew the foul on Payne.
Yeah, and there's Jack working his way to the basket again. Again, that's the other thing we talk about, Ron. If the shot's not dropping, you know, get inside, get to the line, get your stroke in as well. And that's something he's been able to do as well. I never thought you know, it's sort of strange. I feel the Spartans have been better again this quarter because they've forced the Wolves to change up their game plan, but the lead has extended. They just haven't been able to get the same reward for themselves on the offensive end.
Absolutely. Margin currently at 24 here. Make it 23. And substitution as Jacoby Bone is going to check back into the game for the Southern Wolves. Coming in for Fraser Payne. Meanwhile, for the Wolves, Jasper Hay and Cooper Harris have not seen any court time as yet, but that could have well changed later in the fourth quarter.
Doesn't matter how many minutes you see, Ronnie. Everyone gets the same medallion at the end of the game.
Absolutely. They will. We'll have presentations for you after the game. Jacoby Bone with an interesting shot selection. Now Smith.
Never got over rim height, I don't think.
No, I don't think it did, JB. As the ball with McCarthy putting on some moves over Collins and then Richards. Now, is that a goaltender? It is.
Now, we're just going to...
Or is it going to be a foul and the points? Points count, so it's a goaltending call.
Now, I wonder, though, because if that's a goaltend and a foul call, does that not mean it's an and one? Because you can foul on a foul on a goaltend.
So no foul on the play. They've just called goaltend.
Okay, so they have only called goaltend. That was a big, I tell you what, not necessarily a big decision. I thought that was a 50-50 there, but back to 21 now, 2 minutes to go. This is key for the Spartans.
So Collins finds his way middle, goes up and gets the 2 to go.
Yeah, thought he was wrapped there on the drive by Smith, but got the finish there. 88 points on the board for the Southern Wolves, and we've still got a quarter of play left.
Absolutely. This has been some type of scoring display.
Stanwick's inside, dumped down.
Turner can't get the 2 to go. Rebound by Richards here as we come back up the floor. So now Collins, Bone, Oldham, all in combination here. Collins now decides to go for it. Off glass, gets the 2.
90 points on the board. They're going at greater than 30 a quarter here, the Southern Wolves. They lead by 25. Massive turnaround from their qualifying final some 10 days ago.
Absolutely. Brody Turner from deep.
And a couple of words there by Brody Turner. I just don't know whether that's the smartest thing to do when you're down 22 in a grand final.
Whether we see a big quarter then from the Spartans because of that, I'm not sure. Meanwhile, foul on the play, and it's going to be on...
Now let's have a look.
4. It's going to be on Liam Smith.
Now, the substitution's coming. How many?
So that is foul number 4.
4 on number 4.
So Hills comes back in with 59.7 remaining. So Collins with it. Now kicks it out as we get this ball through sets of hands. The 2 Collins brothers combine.
Shot clock
at 5, but Collins from deep, and then Richards with the O-board and the putback.
Yeah, smile there. But it's a 24-point game now here, 92-68. The Spartans need to get on a bicycle and ride.
So Hills from the mid-range, just long. Good work by Brody Turner to get the board. Now Hills back to Turner, and Turner with the reverse, can't get the 2 to go.
So a chance to make this 95 points on the board. Again, close to that 33-point a quarter average. And they've done it in a completely different way here, the Wolves. And they're going to that isolation play again. We saw this to end the first 2 quarters.
So Collins, heavily guarded here by Stanwicks.
Yeah, defended well.
Offensive foul's been called. Just trying to see if we can pick up what Isaac Collins might have said.
It was Collins to Stanwicks. I don't believe he agreed it was a foul. I think he's just arguing the fact that, Jack was on the move, but if the defender's got the primary position, you still can't barge into him.
That's right. So Stanwicks, now Turner to finish the quarter. Can't get that to go. And now Collins with the Hail Mary. Hits anything but iron.
And I think Isaac Collins wanted a bit of a hold there to end the quarter, but 3-quarter time. 24-point ball game, Ronnie. 92 repeating. End of the third. 92 points on the board. That's big in an NBA game.
Yeah.
Let alone in an NBL game or and even a FIBA time game, a 10-minute quarter. 30-point average running through right now for the Southern Wolves. It's been a massive offensive output for them. And the Spartans have had 2 really consistently good quarters on both ends of the floor. They limited the points options there in the second term, and they forced a change up from the Southern Wolves in the third term. Yet the Wolves have managed to extend that lead from, around 12, 13 points out to 24 now. So again, you can just see at the moment there are some really banged up and tired bodies from the Spartans. They are really pushing through. Cooper Hills, obviously with that concern as well. Liam Smith can't be 100% after the damage he did to his ankle. Crennan out with the broken ankle, essentially. Phoenix Roby not in the squad. There's a lot of length gone on your perimeter there. They are still pushing through. Strangely enough, Ronnie, we always ask this question in big games, you know, can we see the Spartans outscoring the Wolves by 25 1/4? And usually you can't. I can see this Spartan squad, with what they've got, still having that ability to outscore the Wolves, you know, to go on a miracle run and do it. But what needs to ask is, can the Wolves cool down enough for that to happen and for that to be effective? It's going to be a massive ask. We're due for a massive final quarter, and this is one of the highest scoring affairs we've seen at any level here in the South in 2021.
Absolutely. It's certainly one for the record books, that is for sure. Turner from deep, can't get it to go. Rebound by Collins, as we come back up the floor here.
And I'd say for the Wolves, the biggest thing now is get out by 30 as soon as we can.
So Payne inside to Collins, and that'll be a foul on Brodie Turner.
Yeah, Turner just reaching. He's had a couple of holds there, and I think Collins felt aggrieved that he was not given a holding foul to start or to end the third term on the drive. Turner just trying to wrestle him a little bit. There's a fair bit of physicality between those two. That's a matchup I want to watch to end this game.
Absolutely. So Brown wants the on ball here, goes for three, and just long on that one. McCarthy with the rebound.
Gone reasonably cold in the perimeter here, the Wolves in the second half.
Smith works his way in. Nice pass to Turner, and this time Turner gets the two.
Yeah, finished there by Turner. Back to 22 now for the Spartans. Stop and basket game right here.
So Collins now looking for Brown down low, battling with Hills. Now Richards finds that little gap, goes, a nice pass into Oldham, and Oldham gets the two.
Yeah, Chrissy Oldham's bread and butter for this 22 squad has been cutting up the baseline there and getting those up and under baskets. Another signature basket there by Chris Oldham.
So Stanwicks, yes, well, no, goes himself, didn't go to Smith in the end, couldn't get the three to go. Now Richards up the floor here to Brown, in the paint, back to Brown, and Brown overcooked it. Gets another opportunity and gets the use of a friendly roll.
Yeah, not too much finesse there by the Wolves. Nearly overplayed it, managed to get the basket. But interested to see how both Stanwicks and Liam Smith go through here in this last one. These are two guys that will not go down without a fight.
So McCarthy, and then nice pass into Turner, and another two there for Brodie Turner.
Yeah, nice read there by McCarthy. Again, he's played with confidence all game and not letting the scoreboard affect him. 96-72, 24 in favour of the Wolves.
So Richards here. Now to Oldham. Payne slowing this one down. Into Collins here we go. Shot clock at 10. Collins. And a foul on the play here. And it's going to be assessed on Connor Smith.
Let's have a look here. 35, yes, that is on Connor Smith. Now, that has to be foul number 3 or 4 maybe? 2. Only 2. It's just that little niggle that I'm loving him have off ball at the moment as Brown cuts inside.
Yeah, an offensive foul on Luke Brown.
So that's another big charge there by Connor Smith. Luke Brown now, he has to be very close.
And that's number 4. So Jackson Collins will come in for Luke Brown.
Yeah, and he'll just have a quick spell there. You'd expect to see Brownie back with about 4 minutes to go, but you might also see the other two young gentlemen who haven't had any minutes yet, if this game's beyond repute,
yes,
get a few minutes in the legs.
So Smith decides to fire. Can't get that to go.
And credit to the Spartans, 72 points through 3 and a bit quarters of basketball is usually a winning score.
Usually is.
But a hot hand like the Wolves, it's just hard to combat.
Collins, yes.
Yeah, fights through the contact once again, and that's been Isaac's bread and butter. They've utilised him well here in this second half.
So McCarthy working his way through. Lob pass into Hills. Now Turner from deep. Can't get that to go.
Oldham gets the rebound now and again. The Wolves on the transition. 26 points. Getting ready to hit that Bradman.
Absolutely. They're 2 off the ton, JB. Let's see if they can get on this possession here. Richards. Now Collins to bring up the ton. Yes!
And the bench goes absolutely banana. 29 points is the ball game here. And they say in sports, when you hit the century, you're pretty much home, Ronnie. And a situation like this, I think they might be right.
I think they might be as well too, JB. Smith goes up and can't get the 2 to go. Nice drive, though, by Connor Smith for drawing the foul.
Yeah, and the Spartans still going hard in this game, by all means. There's no, there's been no give in any of the, combatants out there so far.
So Smith at the line, in and out.
And again, it has been, a bit of a difference there in just the way shots have been dropping. It's 72-101. And we've still got nearly 7 minutes of basketball left.
Absolutely. Collins and Stanwicks just having some words as they walk down to the other end.
Yeah, just exchanging pleasantries and phone numbers and the like.
Absolutely. Richards works his way through and draws the foul. He'll get it to go.
Yeah, he's going to be pretty happy with himself there, Richo.
And that's going to be on Cooper Hills.
It's honestly, it's quite hard for me, Ronnie, to try and pick who has been the domineering player here for the Wolves. I mean, Richo's had massive impact. Fraser Payne's had massive impact. Isaac Collins, as we've seen this second half, you know, not the game's all but over. I think they forgot about the end one, but Luke Brown's had a massive impact, albeit with foul trouble too. So
Smith, 2 feet in, and nice move. Nice move by Connor Smith.
Yeah, good finish there by Connor Smith. And again, you know, you come to the other side of the ball. Stanwicks, both the Smith boys, you know, they've been playing really well. The confidence of Lockie McCarthy as well. You know, they've had some good performances. Let's not detract from the fact they've still nearly put 80 points on the board, and we've got plenty of time left in this one.
Collins goes up, rejected by McCarthy and Turner. Now Smith up and right, rejected by Richards. Would that be a goal, 10?
No, I believe that's just on the, it's on the body. Richo can't believe it. But yeah, you know, you're trailing in hard like that. You make some contact on the hip. It's a reasonably easy call to make there, Ronnie.
So we're just clarifying a couple of things here.
So we're just going to see here. Pushing it is only 2, so no goaltend. Foul was there.
Jacoby Bone coming in for Chris Oldham.
Yeah, Chris Oldham checking out. Third personal on Jacob Richards. And Mike Carina again.
Mike Carina helping out. He's doing it all down there, JB.
He's had a nice little run here, Mr. Carina.
Yes, he has. He's been taking photos in the 3x3 competition today. And now out here with the 22s. Great to see him doing a bit of work.
Yes, no, he's been good. He's been a great addition, actually, to the local basketball scene, Mike. It's been good to have him about.
Yes, it has.
It's also very comforting when you're out on a night out and your best friend's 6'10½".
Absolutely. I don't know whether I should comment on that. But anyway.
Oh, I need times I need friends in town, Ronald.
Okay, JB. Righto, Smith can't get the second to go.
He could be our security for the West Coast Ball Connection.
Absolutely. I'm prepared to make an offer. That is for sure.
Sorry, Hamish.
Yeah.
Got a foot and a half too short, brother.
Yes. Now Payne with it here. As he puts on some moves, goes, oh, nice step back, and then into Richards, and then there's no play on that one.
There, no, he bailed himself out, unfortunately, there, Richo, by trying to dispose of the ball.
Stanwicks from Glenorchy itself
big
from
shot,
downtown.
Big shot there, so this game's back to 24 points, 5.5 remaining.
Anything could happen. We've seen some strange ones. Here we go, Smith here, and then up over Payne, and now is that a foul or a travel? It's a travel. So travel occurred first before contact, and Connor Smith not happy, and now it's a technical foul on Connor Smith for throwing the ball in disarray.
Yeah, technical foul 35. It's the call that had to be made.
Yeah.
Now we're just going to get confirmation on that one.
So Jai Smith wants an explanation here.
You can't slam the ball down after it.
Yeah,
and he understands that.
Yeah.
Substitutions.
Liam Smith coming in. Cooper Hills will have the breather. Isaac Collins looks like he's going to shoot the technical free throw.
Yeah, I better might pan the camera and watch this one, Ronnie, rather than down to the model himself.
Yes, absolutely.
Fraser T-Payne.
Yes. As Collins gets the technical free throw, we go back to the last point of play, which was a Southern Wolves ball.
Inbounds. Jacko Collins got inbounds nicely.
So Collins works his way through. Poor pass. Sees McCarthy pick that one off. Smith up and running. Has Payne the beat. Overcooked it on the layup. And then Smith technically can't come in and out.
But he's got to have established himself inbounds.
That's correct, JB. That is correct. So correct call from the official. As Richards now Payne. Payne sees an opening. Goes up. Fraser Payne flying through on that layup.
Some severe elevation, legs spread. Nice finish there by Fraser. Game back to 27 in favour of the blue and red.
Absolutely. That kid has some hops, that's for sure. Now foul on the play here. That's going to be on Jackson Collins.
You know, I always find it interesting, Ronnie, this late in the game. You're up 27 and substitution coming in just quickly.
Jasper Hay coming in for Jackson Collins. So Jasper Hay will see his first minutes this evening.
We will see his first minutes, but it always interests me, Ronnie, in a situation like that, whether you agree or disagree on the call, you're up 27. Is there really much?
Well, I'm not sure, but meanwhile, Stanwicks goes for deep, as JB's been informed about something.
Gareth, I'm the last man that needs to. This isn't live, brother.
Meanwhile, Ball with Payne and goes up again, Fraser Payne.
And while I will graciously reject that offer, that was a very nice finish by Payne. But, Ronnie, just touching it, why do people get so sensitive? You're down 29. Oh!
He's okay.
Yeah.
Lockie's okay.
Yeah, Lockie's okay again.
He's tough boy.
That hardwood doesn't help.
Let's come back to you. Let's come back to you.
But just want to make a point here.
Yeah.
You're down, well, you're up nearly 30. You've got plenty of bench stocks. You've got plenty of fouls to give. Do you really, in a grand final where you lead by 30, need to push and stress and strain about rotations?
I don't think you should, especially in this situation.
It makes no sense.
No, it doesn't. Meanwhile, Taipan's up by 7 at the moment over the Jack Jumpers, 47-40 as we go to three-quarter time in that game.
Three-quarter time?
Yep, three-quarter time. Just got an update. I just got an update on the app, so there you go. Meanwhile, Jacoby Bone with the layup.
Nice left-handed finish there by Jacoby. Used his footwork nicely, and he's now hustling there defensively as well. As the game out to 31. Stanwicks pulls up nicely, though.
So Turner, a little hesitant there, gets it off to Stanwicks, and then that'll be an offensive foul.
Got to be a foul on Brodie Turner.
Yeah. Just threw his body into that one.
Yeah, a bit of frustration as well, and that would have to be close to number 5 it is for Mr. Turner.
5. So Brodie Turner fouls out of the game.
So I'm looking at that bench there. The next person that's going to have to come in if there's foul issues, Ruben Carlson, as Fraser Payne heads out.
Ruben Carlson, unfortunately...
Yeah, he won't be in the game. So this is what we'll see for the rest of the Spartans. And again, that just speaks volumes there. You've got Cooper Hills out with a knee injury. You've got Ruben Carlson out of the game.
As Brown makes the 2.
You've got Lewis Crennan out with a broken ankle. One player has flown in literally and drove straight here to the floor. And Phoenix Roby's in Brisbane. They've still put 80 points on the board.
Yeah, should be nothing to shy from.
Absolutely not. It's just one of the hottest hands we've seen in any game in the South this year has just come forward in a final.
McCarthy off and running with Smith here in support. Smith retreats out. Now Stanwicks decides to fire. And short on that one. Good rebound by Smith, who has to retreat out. Ooh, nice crossover.
He's played oversized too.
Foul on the play.
He's played oversized here tonight, Liam Smith. He's by no means a small boy, but he's certainly amongst the trees out there at the moment. And he's played a really nice brand of basketball.
So Cooper Harris will check in for the first time tonight as well too.
As Oldham, Payne, Bone and Jackson Collins are on the bench, which we'll see. As we said, Big Cooper on the floor.
And Smith.
Jasper as well.
The second.
What was Cooper's last name? Cooper Harris.
Harris. Formerly did play with Kingborough back in his day, now with the Sunwolves.
My God.
On cue, can't get the 3 to go.
And
Charlotte Collins with the facial reaction.
Yeah,
oh, my.
I think too, though, there's a bit of respect to be had. You're up by 31. You don't need to just nonchalantly walk down.
Yeah. No.
Up against players who are now going to play a full 40 minutes, particularly when you've just come off the bench.
McCarthy with the floater.
Nice shot there by McCarthy. But again, the Spartans, even without Phoenix Roby, with injured Lewis Crennan, with a banged-up Ruben Carlson, a banged-up Cooper Hills, Liam Smith has certainly not been 100% for the back half of this season. They've still got 84 on the board.
Absolutely. Richards looking for his options here into Collins, and that will count. And that was pretty basic play on that one.
Easy there, and with just a bit of soreness down there on.
And McCarthy just feeling it. Let's hope he's okay.
Yeah, just a sore hand there, wrist. He's just going to be careful there. Just going to walk that one off. He can't really put much pressure on that.
No.
That wrist.
Grimacing a little bit down there, JB.
And you certainly wouldn't want to be in a situation where they have to play with 4 to end out a final, particularly after what's been such a sensational season for the Spartans.
It certainly has. So.
State League semi-finals, SBL champions, grand final here in the 22s. It's a good program going out there in Moona.
It certainly has been, JB. McCarthy can't get the 3. Now Richards is clear for takeoff with a 2-hand jam.
Yeah, 2-handed wham-bam jam, thank you, ma'am. This one out now, well and truly, 33 points.
And now Smith can't get the 2 to go, and then Hill's able to recover, rejected by Hay. Good work by young Jasper Hay there. Now Smith.
A lot of length there. Wait until there's a bit of beef on the body.
Absolutely. And now Smith for the 2. And just touching on Jasper Hay, he's certainly one to watch over the next few years. And as you say, just get a little bit more beef on him, and he'll go okay, this young lad. I've seen a bit of him this year.
Yeah, he's playing in a Premier 22s comp. There's going to be an offensive foul on Collins,
yep.
who has the wry little do not agree with that one.
Yep, Jacob Richards just decided to throw his 2 balls worth in. And now Jackson Collins will come in for his brother, Isaac Collins.
Yeah, and Isaac's had a nice little contribution there tonight. Played well inside, dominated the boards as well. He's had a really nice game. And it's good to see some people really hanging around here.
As Smith knocks down the 3.
Smith knocks that one. I noticed even a few Hobart people still about running.
Yes, absolutely. No, it's good to see.
Who have we got over in that corner there? There's a Vanderkamp, Ferguson, Ross Parks.
John McNamara.
It is John McNamara.
Yep, of course he's with the Southern Commission. He'll be in the presentation shortly.
That makes sense. I was sort of wondering. I noticed Macca was here.
Yes.
So 90 seconds left in this one, and we're 28 points is our margin.
So Stanwicks puts it to the drive.
Oh, kept the handle.
He did. Nice work. And then Brown, and then he wanted a foul. Stanwicks, and then a foul on Hay.
So, and again, here's the question that I ask again. Yeah, and there's just the calming question. Can we look at the scoreboard? Can we have a bit of perspective of what you're whinging about, please?
Yeah.
And we've got a group substitution here, so Payne will head out, Richards will head out, Brown will head out. So we're essentially running that second unit with at the head with Fraser Payne and Chrissy Oldham. So they've just got to play this one out. Cooper Harris. And good to see Payne get on. Get a nice little block in there too. Stanwicks makes a shot there. He's had another big... And again, here's what we're looking at. We're looking at a team that's put 90 on the board.
Yes.
And they're not the winning side.
No.
Like, this has been a red-hot game from start to finish. The pace of this game has been electric.
Absolutely, it has been. It's not died down at all. Oh, Payne hits a bone. Wasn't there on that one. Stanwicks from deep. And the bank is open once again.
Yeah, nice big long banking shot there by Jack Stanwicks, who would certainly have, I reckon he'd be the leading point getter in this game, Ronnie.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Jacoby Bone, wraparound pass to Collins from the corner. In and out on that one.
So 120 is going to be near the score, so they're going to be pushing that 130 margin.
Smith from deep, yes.
Yeah, nice little shot there. So 97, back to 20 points. And I think everything considered with a hot hand, I think 20 points is a very respectable margin when you look at everything.
Absolutely.
Collins, again, they're trying to search a little bit here. Payne with the ball inside 30 seconds.
So Payne drives and gets the 2 to go. Great work by Fraser Payne.
And McCarthy contested that really nicely there. I certainly can't whinge about that. So the ball's in. Smith's going to bring it up, and we're inside time, Ronnie.
Yep. I think I might take the headset off and I'll go downstairs for the presentations, JB.
Too easy, Ronnie. I'll leave you with it. We're inside the last 12 seconds. Shot is jacked up. Liam Smith's just going to catch that one and hold on to it, and that'll do us. Final scores in the TSBL South Conference Men's Under-22s Grand Final. It is the Southern Wolves winning this one in one of the most blistering offensive games we've seen here in the South for 2021. 119.97. Full credit to the Spartans. 97 points on the board. Banged and beaten up. Still a massive effort. But from one of the hottest hands that we've seen all season, the Southern Wolves have been crowned your champions. We will get Ronnie down for presentations momentarily. What has been a massive season of under-22s action. We'll film this one. Can't believe, no. The quicker we get through this, the better. We do not need me making presentations. We can have the great Ronnie Riggs do that. So we will move the sound effect microphone and we will close on in on the end of our season for 2021. I'll let the master go.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we'll get our presentation underway here at the U22 Men's Grand Final. With me this evening is Gareth Allen, the General Manager of the South Basketball Team, and John McNamara, who is on our Southern Commission. I'd firstly like to call up our referees for this evening, Connor Westwood and Rebecca Roberts. Congratulations to both teams on making it through to the grand final. Commiserations to Glenorchy. Hell of a season you guys have had, obviously with injuries and a few unavailable players, but nonetheless a great season overall. Should be very proud of how far you've come. To the Southern Wolves, who have absolutely just dominated in most of the competitions I've covered this year, absolutely fantastic achievement. The program is growing stronger and stronger every day. So congratulations to you, and you put on a record for the number of points in the under-22 men's game, let alone most points in a quarter as well too. So there you go, there's a little bit of history or facts for you. And now I'd like to call up the head coach of the Glenorchy Spartans, Jai Smith, to come up and say a few words.
Congratulations to the Southern Wolves tonight. Played a great game. Didn't miss much, if any. Congratulations, you played really well. My boys played well all year. Fantastic game all year. Very consistent. Needed the scores tonight. Reflected that. Just a little bit of defense. Congratulations. Played well all year.
Thanks, John. What I'll do before I call up the court captain, I'll jump ahead quickly on my script. I've got to mention the top 10 for the MVP within the under-22 season, so my apologies for just jumping down right there. So there was a four-way tie for 10th place. So we had Will Ferguson from Hobart Phoenix, Lockie McCarthy from the Glenorchy Spartans, Jordan Walker from Hobart Phoenix, and Luke Brown from the Southern Wolves. So four-way tie for 10th place. There was a three-way tie for 7th place. That was Alex Bestwick from Grenadiers, Harry Griffiths from Grenadiers, and Phoenix Roman from Glenorchy Spartans. In 6th place from the Southern Wolves, Isaac Collins. In 5th place, Callum Boucher from Hobart Phoenix. There was a two-way tie for 3rd, Noah Strassman from the Kimber Hill Kings and Jack Stanwicks from the Glenorchy Spartans. Our runner-up MVP went to Lachlan Rice from Domino's. And our MVP for 2021 in the men's competition from the Southern Wolves, Jacob Ridges.
Thanks, fellas. It's been a great year. Love playing with you.
Man, any few words, but loving the pink sweatband on your head feature. It's very nice. Jai, do you have a captain from Glenorchy? We'll get them to call up the players one by one, and so they'll be leading. Come on up.
Lewis and Bishop. Coach Jai. while you're there accepting your medallion leave, just hang around and you can accept the runners-up plant. As Gareth only present that, so runners-up Glenorchy Spartans. Now I'd like to call up the head coach of the Southern Wolves, Charlotte Collins. Come on up.
Well, that certainly was a surprise. It's always great coming up against you guys. Great team, good coach. You have had some injuries and that does impact. But not taking away from my boys who they were outstanding today. They saved the best for last. A big thank you to all our cheer squad. There was some up the top as well. And also Shelley and Jack who have been doing our bench duties and everything every week and sticking in. We've got some young boys here, some under 16 boys, top age and bottom age, and I'm just looking forward to the progress that they're going to make and what the future holds for Southern Wolves. So well done, boys.
I say come on up and you're going to call out your players one by one and you're going to receive their winning medallions.
Luke Brown. Trace Payne. Chris Oldham. Jack Hay. Jack Collins. Cooper Harris. Jacoby Bone. And Jacob Richards. And Shelley Wilson. And Mark. Charles.
And Isaac, if you want to come back, you can accept the winners' plum and our champions for 2021 in the under 22 competition, the Southern Wolves. That concludes our presentations. If both teams can come down to the corner, we've got Big Mike Perrini, who's done a fantastic job taking some photos and shooting some photos up on our social media. So thank you, Mike. Thank you to all our volunteers who helped us out throughout the season. And of course you can see these guys up on our West Coast Ball Connection YouTube channel over the next day or so. That will conclude for us this evening. Safe travels now.
So that will do us. Season 2021 here in the South has concluded with your TSBL South Conference Under 22 Men's Grand Final. The Southern Wolves running away with a hot hand, 119-97. On behalf of Ronnie Riggs, I'm Justin Bryan. Thank you for joining us at any point in season 2021. We greatly appreciate your support. Until the new year, have a Merry Christmas and safe travels on the holidays.